or Scorpion King. That's right, the
Oh,
Scorpion
yeah.
King. Like, the first one with The Rock got a theatrical release, but then there were, like, 6 Scorpion Kings after that, and they were all just direct-to-video.
Yeah, no one knew about him.
We have a Weekly Muse for everybody. The big news revolving around the RPG community currently is that at San Diego ComicCon, we got a trailer for, yes, a Dungeons & Dragons movie.
This is the third D&D movie?
Probably. I know that there was one that they did back in, like, 2000 that was kind of, cringy. I think it was, Jeremy Irons was, like, an evil sorcerer or something like that.
I'm looking this up really quick. Yeah, it seems to be the third.
Third, yeah. Hold
on. There's Dungeons and Dragons in 2000.
Sure.
Dungeons and Dragons, what's this one called? Let me see. Wrath of the Dragon God in 2005. Oh, this will be the fourth. And then 2012, we had Dungeons and Dragons: The Book of Vile Darkness.
Oh, okay. Were they like actual studio films, or were they like smaller indie things? Because I mean, D&D wasn't as popular then as it is now. So
it looks to be real movies because like I googled it. It's got film series, and then it's got overview movies, trailers, clips. I guess it was a film series though, so I don't know.
Oh,
if that was like a running thing.
Well, I've got good news for you, because it sounds like what they want to do with this is create a cinematic universe with this.
Okay, so what I expanded on this really quick. So the Dungeons and Dragon movies.
Yeah.
Google tells me that it's an action-adventure fantasy film series based on a role-playing game in the same name, currently owned by Wizards of the Coast. The original trilogy was, in fact, a trilogy. Consisted of a theatrical film being Dungeons and Dragons, I believe, the first one, a made-for-TV second installment, and a direct-to-video third installment.
Yeah. That's how that kind of series usually goes.
Which is why I didn't know there was 3 of them.
Yeah. It's, that's how, like, the Mummy series went. You know, like, the first few got theatrical releases, but there were, like, 12... Or Scorpion King. That's right, the Scorpion King. Like, the first one with The Rock got a theatrical release, but then there were, like, 6 Scorpion Kings after that, and they were all just direct-to-video.
Yeah, no one knew about them.
Yeah.
So the first question for the D&D...
Yes.
Honor Among Thieves.
Yes.
Is this a movie theater movie?
Yes.
So it's a full cinematic actual movie.
Yes, it is. It is, and to be fair, it does look incredibly impressive. Like, they actually went on location and shot this. It is not on a green screen.
So it's a Lord of the Rings.
It is not
D&D.
Not nearly, like, you can tell immediately that it is not nearly as serious as like a Lord of the Rings. It's not built to be a serious.
You know, I'm betting they looked at the MCU.
Yes, they did.
And went, we need to add comedy to this to make it good, but not, overtly like just a comedy.
Yeah, if you see the trailer, it's going to probably remind you mostly of, like, Thor Ragnarok.
Okay, I haven't seen Ragnarok.
Okay, but it's the same kind of tone.
Okay.
To that.
Serious with bits of comedy between the characters.
A lot of action. A lot of, interplay, that kind of, almost like Whedon kind of style, Avengers, snappy dialogue. But also just, like, immediately when it starts in, it's playing Whole Lotta Love from Led Zeppelin, so you kind of get an idea of what they're going for here. There is, as you were mentioning a little earlier, there is a druid that turns into an owl there. I know there are people that are going to have a problem with that. But
one of the comments I saw earlier today, because I was just on Twitter, which I don't do much anymore,
right?
But I was just kind of scrolling, and it was like, Yeah, we know druids can't really turn into owlbears, like, rules as written,
Yeah.
but it's my game table, so I'll do what I fucking want.
Yeah. I mean, they've I haven't really heard specifically like wizards talk about that, but I was listening to some of the stuff from Dungeons and Dragons, and they did mention that the owlbear shows up, and that it's a it's a tiefling and it's a druid and everything, and they didn't make much hay of it because maybe they don't care. It's hey, you know what? I think a lot of druids would love to be able to turn into an owlbear if that were an option.
Owlbears are cool.
Owlbears are powerful. Yeah,
they lay eggs.
They do.
I mean, on that topic, but it's not quite the topic of our talk right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if it's your game and it makes sense, go for it. Who cares? Yeah. If other people tell you that it's not in the rules, just tell them that the rules are there as a structure, not as a 100%. This is how you can play and only how you can play.
Right.
DM's discretion, and if you can stat it out and make it workable and not OP, do it. And then also, I mean, homebrew, seriously.
Also, I'm just starting to think, polymorph is a thing.
Yes, polymorph and other spells similar to shape-changing ones like that. Yeah, they're real things.
So
you could just use that to turn into an owlbear and not use a wild shape.
Yeah, I mean,
and then I'm sure
yeah.
there's a variant somewhere of the druid that can turn into an owlbear.
Maybe can turn into like monstrosities or some other thing besides beasts.
Sure. I mean, later on, druids can turn into elementals.
Yeah. So
and then dragons. It's not just limited to beasts.
Yeah. So there is that. I think that on the technical aspect, that was the big thing that people were looking at. But again, I don't think that they wanted to take this too super serious, like that they were making a movie based on like, let's just look at the rule book and make sure that we're going by the rule set. And they were working pretty closely with like wizards and the D&D team, so I'm going to assume that nothing has been egregious in their, liberties here. But we did get a lot of more the classic monsters look like they're going to appear in this. We mentioned the owlbear. There's obviously dragons. There's at least a red and a black dragon that they showcased.
Oh, cool. So 2 evil dragons. Great.
Yes, the black dragon likes to just melt people, so that's going to be fun to watch.
As they do.
Yeah, they showed that off. Gelatinous Cube shows up in this.
Of course.
Yeah. And the fun thing is that when they like dive into a gelatinous cube, they do so to get away from a displacer beast. So there's that.
I'm not sure which one sounds more fun. The displacer beast or which can teleport.
Yes.
So I mean, it doesn't have to worry about the cube being in its way.
Yes.
Or the gelatinous cube, which jumping through it would burn the shit out of you.
Yeah, it sure would. And be hard to get out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so those show up like at the same time, always fun. And then of course, we get a mimic. A mimic shows up in this.
Is it in the form of a chest?
It is. It is. And the scene that they showcase is basically where one of the party members goes up to the chest opens up its teeth, and then a tongue tries to like stick itself out and like run after them. Because classic
See,
times.
I would be like, all right, we're taking a slight comedy tone. It'd be like, there's nothing in that chest. Kind of weird. Go to leave the room, door's a mimic.
Door's a mimic, yeah.
Yep. You go to reach out and the door eats you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's just that the chest is such an iconic version of the mimic that that's what they wanted to go for, to kind of elicit that. In terms of the characters, it looks like Chris Pine is going to be a bard, and he's like the central character, so I'm happy. That's great.
Sure.
I love that the bard is supposed to be the central character. I think that the way that they put it in the trailer is they're the rest of the crew is looking at him like, what exactly do you do? And he's like, I'm the planner. I make plans. And they're like, yeah, but we already have a plan. Well, then I can always make another plan. They're like, yeah, so you make terrible plans? It's like, and then they're like, well, he also plays a lute. And it's like, yeah, no, that's pretty much Bards in a nutshell. Looks like we're gonna have a druid, obviously. Looks like we're gonna have a barbarian.
Okay.
Looks like there's gonna be a barbarian. I think one of the characters, just from, like, the way they're presented, and also they have, like, green flame blade and everything, I think it's a warlock. It kind of gives off the appearance of a warlock. And then this one other guy that's in it, I think because he's got defensive abilities and, like, shield, and he's dressed in robes, he's supposed to be a cleric.
Okay, so it's Honor Among Thieves, and none of them are a rogue.
Well, the thing about it is, we think that Hugh Grant, who is, like, possibly the big bad guy or the lord that's in this, might be a rogue.
Oh, so the bad guy is a rogue.
The bad guy might be a rogue.
So is this like Ocean's 11?
Boy, it does feel a little bit like Ocean's 11 meets, like, Thor, or something like that, or Lord of the Rings, like... Maybe it's like, what was the Waterdeep, the heist, module that they did?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I think the way that they actually present it is not so much that it's like the heist, though, more like they did a heist, it did not go well, and now they have to try to rectify it. And the way it kind of looks, the speculation is that they got an artifact for somebody who they really shouldn't have gotten it for. It seems like an evil warlock or a great evil. Might be Vecna? Possibly? And that particular bad guy now is going to use it to do some world destruction stuff.
Sure. I don't... personally, Vecna... meh.
Yeah.
Meh. Overused.
Yeah. They did stat him out, though.
For sure, they statted a lot of things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to mess with them.
Do they have any drow? Or any of the party members drow?
I don't think so.
Unfortunate.
I saw... A lot of them look like they're human.
Shame.
But the druid is a tiefling. We do at least know that. Now, it is possible that some of the characters might be, like, half-elves and half-orcs, and they just look mostly human. But I really couldn't tell. The only one that I know specifically is the tiefling. She has, like, the spiral horns and everything, and they've already made mention of the fact that she's a tiefling.
They're just going for the crew that likes the colorful, non-human skin tone girls.
Oh, but she actually does have she has a human skin tone.
Oh, okay.
So I don't. So, yeah, you would think that they would have taken the opportunity to go with, like, blue or purple or something like that, but
who knows?
No, I think she just has her normal skin tone.
Huh, that's kind of boring.
Put the horns on, so
the horns, the cloven hooves.
I don't think she has those.
Tail,
probably.
Okay. Well, I mean, at least the tiefling's not the warlock, I guess?
No. And also some of the spells, they didn't show off a ton of it. There is one part where it looked like at the beginning where there's like a ball of fire coming down and somebody raises a shield. There's been some speculation maybe that was a fire bolt. I don't know. Might have been a meteor storm. I don't know. But, the shield, the green flame blade cantrip, is shown off in that. So they're trying to show some more of the iconic stuff from the setting, I guess. A lot of this is taking place in, like, places that you're familiar with. They did mention, though, that there is a prison in this that they actually built, the D&D team actually built into the world of Faerun when the people who made the movie realized they needed something specific for the set piece. So they actually did build this particular prison that they needed for the movie into one of the modules back in like 2020 or 21. So,
Gotcha.
So this has been an ongoing process for a little while. But yeah, this definitely looks like a much larger budget and serious outing for D&D than anything that they've done before, maybe just because of the absolute popularity of it.
I'm sure Stranger Things has helped with that, so.
Yeah, there's even been some speculation, like, wouldn't it be neat if, and almost on brand, if somebody from the cast of Stranger Things appeared in the movie at some point?
That'd be terrible.
And it's like, I wouldn't put it past them to do that.
I've never watched Stranger Things, but...
I've seen Stranger Things.
That is a Stranger Thing indeed.
That's true.
Anyways,
that's true.
I have not seen the trailer. I'll probably watch it this weekend.
Yeah.
Your thoughts? Does it look good?
It looks... Here's the thing. I think it looks fun. I would expect that if you have a lot of, like, very hardcore fans of D&D that are big into the lore, they're probably going to pick this to death. I think, though, if you have people that just like D&D as a concept, as a setting, or they want to go and see something fun, I think that that's probably the tone that they're going for, to just make a fun adventure film that's set in that world with those characters, the monsters, the spells, and everything like that. And I think that that's a good direction, because as you can probably tell, they are setting up a cinematic universe for this. So if they're going to do that, they might as well start on just having a good time with it and enjoying the ride, you know?
You know, the only thing I have to say on that is I feel like if you're gonna do a D&D CU, as it were, I feel like you should use part of the setting that people are less familiar with.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I get that it's definitely going to be Faerun because their base setting for D&D is Faerun on Albir Toriel, even though there are other continents in that world that you could do, and they're gonna probably sort it around the Sword Coast, which is the most, famous part of that setting is Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, the Spine of the World, Icewind Dale, all of that. There have been books and novels, and like Drista Worden is there, all your characters from all the games, like Dark Alliance, all take place in the Sword Coast.
Yeah.
So, or the Sword Coast, and then like up north to the Spine of the World, and that stuff. I would like to see the East and the South being used a lot more, because like I have the 3.5 Forgotten Realms campaign setting, the book somewhere, and it's all the places, all the things going on, and like all the characters. Big name characters, but it has like stuff about each different like town, land mass, anything you want. It's got everything that is on that map.
Yeah.
And it's it's the size of normal, monster manual or dungeon master's guide. It's 300, 400 pages.
Sure.
And just outlines all the different places, what's in them, what you can expect.
Sure.
Plot hooks if you want them. There are a lot of really interesting places in Faerun.
Yeah.
So use something that we haven't seen.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to see Chult.
Yeah, Chult is really interesting because it's full of frickin' Yuan-Ti.
Yeah.
And
Isn't
it's
that also
jungle.
Isn't that where the dinosaurs are?
Yeah, there are dinosaurs down there too.
Yeah, a lot of dinosaurs down there. That'd be fun.
So, alright, so what we do is we piggyback on the, success of people loving dinosaurs, Jurassic Park.
Yep.
And people loving D&D.
Yep.
And we set it in Chult.
We set it in Chult, and
you're fighting snake people, you're fighting dinosaurs, you have jungle adventure.
I think we could get like Chris Pratt to like communicate with one of the dinosaurs in Chult and command it. And the meteor storms are coming down on Chult from an evil warlock, and you have to save
the evil dinosaur that is also a sorcerer.
Yes, the evil dinosaur sorcerers. The problem is that if you had the evil T-Rex They can't do the somatic components so well because
No,
the
they're
little
fine.
hands. No,
They're fine.
they'll be
A
fine.
powerful enough T-Rex won't need to do the somatic components.
I really want a T-Rex sorcerer now. That would be amazing.
Well, we'll work on it.
Yeah. I need that to happen. That could be my Truckosaurus.
Well, now I know what our thumbnail is going to be.
Yeah, T-Rex. Yeah, T-Rex sorcerer for the cinematic universe.
Sorcerer Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's right. That's right.
I'm letting our brand director know that's the thumbnail for this one.
A Warlockosaurus.
A Warlockosaurus.
A Warlockosaurus.
If you want to see a all dinosaur party of D&D characters, let us know.
Yeah,
in the comments.
that'd be great.
And we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll see if we can figure something out.
Actually,
yeah.
Go play if you would like something with lots of dinosaurs. Go check out the cool setting that David Somerville made, which I cannot remember at the moment. What was it named?
That's okay. Do we need to put like a hand over your face and then like put it in later?
Yeah, hold please.
Right.
Plangea, thank you.
Plangea. There you go. So you could go. Yeah. In terms of where they're probably going to set this, you're probably right. It is probably going to be near the Sword Coast. I think that they were also saying that the Underdark might be featured.
Of course.
So
that's also very famous, but it's also very huge. If I had to make a guess right now about the Underdark, I would say Menzoberranzan, which is the largest city in the Underdark.
Yeah.
And if the Underdark is there and they're not using cities, then it means tunnels and like Duergar and Svirfneblin and Umber Hulks and things like that.
That's going to be something.
Driders, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's cities. I saw a lot of cityscapes.
Okay, well, if it's cities in the Underdark, you're looking at like Menzoberranzan, and I don't remember the other ones because we never really visited them in the Dristordan books.
Fair enough.
Fun fact,
yes.
Drow Society is matriarchal.
Oh, fun. Interesting. I don't know much about Drow, so
that's fine.
I've heard about them.
It's fine, they're rewriting them anyways.
Yeah, I've heard about one of the Drow.
There was a half
famous.
Drow in... What game was it? It was another D&D game. I don't remember. I don't think I have it. It wasn't... I don't even remember. Not Dragon's Dogma. Which was also D&D. I don't think I have it on Steam, or else I would tell you. It was on PlayStation, probably.
Sure.
There was a half Drow that you got to play as.
Oh, sure. Sure. It wasn't Dark Alliance, was it?
No, Dark Alliance you get to play as Drist.
Yeah.
Also, they did have the other Dark Elf monk in that game. Also, fun fact, also for that, both Dark Alliance 1 and 2 are available now on Steam.
Yeah.
I wish-listed the second one.
Yeah.
Because the first one was okay, but the second one was better.
Yeah. No, it was. The first one was more linear than the second one was. So.
I mean, they were both. Anyways, off topic, which is our brand. So...
Yeah. Anyway, it's looking like probably sometime in 2023 is when this D&D movie is going to be coming out. It has a pretty big cast and a big budget behind it, and it is being developed with a lot of input from the actual D&D team. So it will be interesting to see. I do imagine that they're going to be leaning very heavily into what they've seen from like the MCU in order to build a brand, and they're probably going to hope to get a lot of movies out of this. So I hope the characters are interesting, because we're probably going to see them over and over again if they are. If they are. But anyway, what does everybody else think? I'd be interested to see your thoughts on this, or if you have any ideas about other like fantasy franchises that you might want to see more movies of. I think that we've pretty much tapped out on the Lord of the Rings at this point, and I think the Game of Thrones is getting a prequel series already. so maybe not that, but maybe something else. There's plenty of other fantasy series out there, folks.
And the name of that game I was going to say you play a half drow in is called Demon Stone.
Demon Stone.
Yep.
Okay.
2004 title.
2004 title. Ooh, going way back.
Yep.
Going way back. I bet it looks terrific now.
Yeah, no.